Evening, good evening, my friends. Today, today, I'm going to say the same thing I always say. Here is a word for you. Genesis 50. And this word, I almost didn't want to share about this because I feel like it's been played out. And I like to share about new things that I'm learning. But I can't assume that everybody has heard this. So I'm going to share from Genesis 50, verse 19 and 20. And this is where his brothers come to him and they're afraid that he's going to kill him because Jacob has died. And here's where it comes in. It says, "And Joseph said unto them, Do not fear, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive." So his brothers came to him thinking that he was going to kill him, and he was just waiting to kill them until after his father had died. And and then Joseph responds like this and says, "Hey, I'm not mad at you, you know. I'm not mad at you for selling me into slavery. Well, first of all, throwing me into a pit, thinking that you were going to kill me, and then deciding to sell me into slavery instead of killing me, and seeing me cry and seeing me beg for mercy, and you ignored me. Um, I'm not mad at you about that. And even though you did that, it wasn't even you who did it. This is the thing that we really need to grasp and understand. He says, You thought it for evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. You thought you were doing something evil to me, but actually it was God who worked in you to do that evil thing to me, to bring about this great deliverance that has happened by me being ruler in Egypt and being there to interpret the dreams and everything that happened. And I think that the conclusion we can come to, well, I mean, Romans 8:28 is all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are the called according to his purpose. Um, but but we know that everything's working for our good. And if we can just trust that, if we can trust that, I mean, Joseph didn't realize it at the time, but he still stayed faithful to God. When he was sold into slavery, he didn't realize it yet that it was God, but he still stayed faithful to God and served God, and God blessed him. But if we could trust God with our circumstances, and knowing what we know about Joseph now, even though he didn't know it, knowing what we know about Joseph now, seeing that even being sold into slavery and hated by his brothers and murdered, tried to murder and sold into slavery, all that was by God's design to do something so much greater that it was like no one could even fathom. And from like a bird's eye view now, we can see it all makes sense. But could you imagine going through that, not knowing, and it took decades to happen? So let's trust the Lord. Let's trust the Lord with all the good, but more than anything, let's trust Him with the evil that He has allowed in our life, and trust that it's for a purpose, and it's to save people and to deliver people and to bring more people into the kingdom. Okay? It will bring forth more fruit than the good, I bet. The evil that we experience will work something greater. Amen.